Well guys, welcome back to Trading with CJ. Today is the day, the 26th of February, and we're finally going to be giving you the answer that we have received from Philip Morris regarding this case going forward. Where does it leave us as HCMC shareholders? Is this the news that we wanted? And where do we go from here? What does this mean basically for this lawsuit? I will go out and say that this is not over. This really is early days still. However, is this a time to be panicking, or can we actually take some positives from that? We're going to be going through all of this good stuff in this video. If you appreciate that, please go ahead and smash the like and subscribe to my channel. It really is appreciated. And I do want to mention here that if you do want to join our Discord, it is completely free. We have a very popular HCMC channel on there. We now have over 2,800 investors, and a lot of great DD and research is being posted. I'm going to feature some of that as well on this video, but if you want to get it as it happens, come and join us on our Discord completely free. So let's get into it. So we were waiting for this for today. However, they did actually release this as I was making the video that I posted yesterday. I waited off a little bit because I wanted to see if HCMC were going to issue a further reply. At this moment in time, we do not have an extra reply, but we do have lots of exciting things going forward that I want to go through in this video. So first off here, Philip Morris is looking to wash its hands of the lawsuit and not through a settlement. Yesterday, it filed a motion to dismiss the lawsuit for the Northern District of Georgia Atlantic Division. And in that motion, Philip Morris says Healthy Choices Management does not have grounds for patent infringement laws, outlining the nature of its patent for an electronic combustion inducing pipe. Philip Morris says its IQMS device does not function in the same way. This calls to question the mechanism by which its IQMS heat not burn process works. It's very interesting. They're basically saying, you know, we're not going to court for this. We want this to be ruled out and dismissed. Which, of course, on the grounds of that, it does not look exciting and does not look promising for HCMC shareholders. I do want to take this opportunity to mention my position in the company. I do hold shares, a very small position in this stock. I did buy them at a very cheap price, and my reward to risk ratio is very high. I can't see it dropping below the price I bought. But that's my position. You know, if you are planning on buying in this one, do your own research. I'm not a financial advisor because this is super risky, and now it's getting a little bit more interesting. We're going to be on a roller coaster with this one, that's for sure, if we haven't already been on one. So that's where it goes. What does this mean? The road ahead could be rocky. So much of the story for HCMC stock right now rests on the lawsuit, which, as we know, keep a close eye on the proceedings, and for now, see how HCMC responds. And most importantly, make sure you do your own research and you understand the risk and reward at play this high-flying equity. Like I just mentioned, okay, do your own research. So, motion to dismiss. Where do we go from here? What on earth does this mean? Well, if the defendant files a motion to dismiss within the 21-day period for responding to the complaint, it is not required to file its answer until the court rules on the motion. And if the court rules on the motion but does not dismiss the complaint, the defendant has 14 days to file its answer. So that is the deal right now. We are now waiting on the court to respond to this claim. This could happen anywhere within these next few weeks, these next couple of weeks. They should respond to this claim, and the chances of this getting dismissed right now are extremely unlikely, in my opinion. I think that's going to be ruled out because they do have grounds, from as we've seen from HCMC, all the details, documents we've gone through over the past, you know, so many videos that I've covered this. They do look like they have very strong grounds to pursue this lawsuit against Philip Morris. So we now have to wait for the court to reply to this. We was hoping that HCMC today would give a little announcement on this, what they think about all of this. They haven't just yet. Maybe they will do. But for now, this is where we're at. Philip Morris have filed a motion to dismiss. What does that mean? Because obviously now it's down to the court. You know, are they going to rule this out or not? Well, I do want to go into this document here. The motion to dismiss asks the judge to dismiss the plaintiff's case. Plaintiff. A plaintiff is the person or party who initiates a lawsuit before the court. So they want to dismiss HCMC's case. The defendant chooses to blame the plaintiff or third party in the same legal action or application. So they could have gone back against HCMC here and made a counterclaim because they're taking them to court. And if they strongly believe they shouldn't be going to court, why not counterclaim against them? If they're using the same patent there, etc. as well, why not counterclaim against them? So if they initiate the lawsuit and the defendant responds to the lawsuit with claims of his or her own against the plaintiff, the defendant's claims are counterclaims, which we just mentioned. If PM, Philip Morris, had proof that it was not infringed, then why would they not file a counterclaim? Like I just mentioned, okay, this is not gonna do good for their business. Why? You can't just go around filing lawsuits out left and right if it's not legit? Why would you not go against HCMC? And they haven't. They have not filed a counterclaim. They just want this to be dismissed and carry on with their business. Something doesn't seem quite right about that. Now, of course, we have the obvious things right here, okay, that HCMC have hired big, expensive lawyers, etc. You wouldn't do all that if there was no grounds for this to be infringed, okay, this patent. And the same for Philip Morris. If there was no clear infringement, you wouldn't go to the delay of this. They would have shut this down back when the original claim was filed in November. They wouldn't have waited until the very last deadline day to file a motion to dismiss. One of the strong reasons they've done this is because they want to extend this. They want to delay this process. That is what this is. This is now a delay again because now they have to wait a few more weeks. The court can now rule this out, which they probably will. And then we're going to have to hear from them again about which is going to be more time. They're biding time with this, and it's a matter of why. Why are they biding time? Maybe they're forming a really strong team to battle against this. They've had time to do that. This is a huge company. Okay, they've had more than enough time to do that. Or maybe they're trying to settle this outside of the court. Maybe they're trying to reach an agreement with HCMC outside of this court. Maybe that's another reason. Or maybe they just want to rinse HCMC dry, bide as much time as possible, take as much money as possible. I want to read out this tweet here from Julian Saunders, and he's been very much following this case. You know, it's quite interesting, the stuff he posts. Once again, he's not a financial advisor, okay, but just take this with a pinch of salt. However, it's very interesting. PM filed a motion to dismiss. It is a Hail Mary pass, and that's what a good lawyer would do. They're saying that a good lawyer would do this, and I've heard this everywhere, okay? It was inevitable that this would be filed because they want to bide more time. Notice that this is not a counterclaim. There is no way the judge approves this motion to dismiss. Of course, there is a possibility, but we think it is very unlikely. For those asking, this is a good result for HCMC, inching closer. HCMC Army. So this guy's obviously a bull case here for HCMC, but I do want to share this because it's quite interesting. If PM had proof that they have not stolen anything, they would have filed a counterclaim, which once again backs up what we've just mentioned, okay? There was no filing of a counterclaim. They want to rule this out and go quietly. So we now have to wait another 2 weeks here, or up to 2 weeks, to get some sort of verdict from the court, which we are strongly expecting is going to be ruled out. So they've just bided a bit more time, then they're going to have to apply again, etc. This is a process. I want to share these thoughts. This is from Chameleon57, one of our moderators in our HCMC channel. We know that HCMC has a patent for what is essentially the IQOS platform. PM could have been in the behind the scene talks with HCMC over a settlement, royalties, buying HCMC's patent division, or even buying out HCMC as a whole, which is all possibilities that we've mentioned lots and lots of times. When we think about IQOS, it is making 23% of Philip Morris's revenue last year, which was an insane amount, about 1.6 billion it worked out to be. This is going to make a big chunk in their company if they lose the ability to sell this product, so they may go down the royalties or settlement or buying out route. Another theory is that they're using the motion to dismiss as a free extension to get everything together to try and fight the case. Bleed HCMC dry with delay after delay and eventually bankrupt them. Now this is possible. Philip Morris obviously have a lot more cash. They can definitely do this. However, they have to respond at some point. This will eventually get a result. We know that lawsuits can take years and years. Okay, so this is definitely a possibility. I do not think it's the strongest one out there. However, we cannot rule it out. This is why this is such a risky investment, because they could bleed HCMC dry, therefore losing the money. But the counterpoint to this is that if PM does choose to fight, HCMC can ask for a stop on all sales and production of the IQOS product for that duration of the case. And going by their 10K, that will be at least 22%. We just covered it. It was about 1.6 billion in 2020, the sales there from the IQOS. So they could ask to stop the sales of this, which would obviously have a massive impact. And Philip Morris are looking to expand on the IQOS range, which we have also covered in previous videos. They wouldn't be able to do that if they was unable to sell the product for the duration of this case, which could keep getting extended. Cases like this could go on for years. Or if we finally get a result, it could go on for a matter of another few months. I have one more really interesting and exciting bit of information I want to share with you. I haven't seen this covered anywhere else, and this was posted on our Discord by EMZHXH. Big shout out. HCMC team update. Today, Judge Batten made a decision on allowing. Notice that Judge Batten skipped over the motion to dismiss quite quickly and moved to allow PM to bring on Richard Frankel. Now let me tell you a bit about Richard Frankel. He helps clients navigate intellectual property disputes, providing analysis and preventive counselling. advising on the IP assets of license agreements and mergers and acquisitions, as well as representing clients in all aspects of litigation. He draws on his experience as a trial lawyer, engineer, and former in-house counsel. This is something that we just randomly picked up on the other day. PM randomly added Richard G. Frankel, which is a lawyer who we just mentioned here, to their team now, who granted them permission to join the PM team. He may have been added a while back, but this was just made notice public here just a couple of days ago. So Richard here has joined their team, and we've just mentioned here he has a lot of experience in IPs, licensing agreements, mergers, etc. So adding somebody with this sort of experience, does this mean that they are more likely to push towards a potential settlement? Are they delaying this process so they can come up with a good, strong case and try and get some sort of settlement with HCMC or royalties or some sort of payout? You know, it's definitely looking like a very strong possibility and probably the strongest one out there at this moment in time for me. I still have big faith in this company. I still think that we are going to see some good things coming forward, but I do think, as we've already said numerous times, this is going to be a long haul. Okay, lawsuits can get dragged out, and Philip Morris don't look like they're in any rush to get this settled, maybe because they have other things in mind. The only real people here who know what is going on in these cases, we can speculate all we want, and this is speculation, guys. Always do your own research. But the only real people here who know about this is the lawyers of HCMC and the lawyers of Philip Morris. We can just try and do as much DD and try and read into these as much as possible. But you have to decide, if you are investing into this company, what is your price target? What is your aims? Invest what you can afford to lose. And yeah, that's my thoughts on this, guys. And so we've got some news around it. Philip Morris, they have issued a motion to dismiss. It is not the worst news in the world. It doesn't really give us a lot, though, to be honest. It doesn't really say anything. It just says they want to rule this out, but the likelihood of that getting allowed or granted is extremely unlikely. We look forward to seeing that come out. And yeah, that we don't know when that's going to come out, but hopefully anytime within the next couple of weeks. We'll keep you updated on this one. Of course, it is one of the favourites amongst you guys on this channel, as well as all of our other different penny stock picks, growth stocks, etc. Please smash the like and subscribe. And until next time.